If you get really disassociated or disoriented or whatever, just in a sort of spacious way, just put your attention back in the body senses. Just really start to do breath practice. Put your hands on the floor. Just feel the contact points. You can even imagine like a fluid or a gold fluid or a thick viscous fluid, like pulling energy from or moving with the energy dripping down from the head over the shoulders, down into the arms, into the hands, into the ground, into your body, just slowly sliding it down, attention into the body senses. Sometimes you don't have to do that. You're just able to drop your attention down just into the physical senses. And you might be surprised what's there too. It might be a little bit vibratory or alive, and that often teaches us other lessons about why we're in our head in the first place. And at some point that often just happens in retreat anyway. Our attention just suddenly finds itself more in the senses or in the body sense. But yeah, I would kind of look at things in that order perhaps and just see. But again, if it's ever really uncomfortable, you could always skip around or something, but just putting your attention in the body senses, in the breathing, and just feeling the movement of the breath. Just the pure sensation of it. And if you find your attention up in the mind and there's some stirring and thoughts, and that's fine too, just let it come back down into the body. Don't force it anywhere. It tends to bounce around. The attention gets a little more dynamic in these settings for sure, which is good because when, say, throughout the day, if we're in a very heady space, we're thinking a lot or mind identified, our attention is actually almost 100% up in the mind. And it's in a sort of that stable, disassociated state of mind identification, of thinking, feeling like the thinker, and then the hidden thinker. So the world of thought appears to be the actual world. And so there's actually a stability to that, but it's very exhausting and it requires a lot of energy and it keeps our attention out of the senses. So when we are in this space, our attention starts loosening up and bouncing around because it's not forced into that stable, disassociated state constantly. So then first it's sort of this like unbound consciousness, bouncing around, thoughts start loosening up, and then our attention's sort of free to just move between the mind and the body and the senses, which is uncommon for a lot of people until you just get used to that happening throughout the day, where you can spend a lot of the day with the body in the senses. With the attention in the senses, the body and sound and visual sense.